Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. True Knight here. So, I was going over a deck profile that I saw from my buddy last night. Let me see. I'm gonna keep it on this one, just because I don't have a wallpaper backdrop. Or, actually, no, I don't. Anyway. Welcome to a new series that I'm gonna be featuring starting in November here. I am recording this video a couple of days early just because it's going to be in front of all the videos that I do with this series. Just so you guys know what's what and how we're going to do this format. So this month I'm going to pick one deck every, let's see, let's look at a calendar, probably every 7 days in the month of November. So from the 1st till the 7th we'll do one deck. Then the 14th, 21st, 28th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 decks in the month of November. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to profile it at first. I'm going to make a basic profile for the deck that I've seen online or on websites, things like that. Show it to you guys. And then I'm going to base it off of 5 things at first glance. Number 1 is the attack power of the deck. Number 2 is going to be the defense power of the deck. Number 3 will be the recovery of the deck. Number 4 will be the skill expression of the deck. And number 5 will be the overall grade that I give the deck. And I'm going to do these based off of a 1 to 5 rating. So attack power meaning how quick does this deck OTK? Does the deck relies on? Does the deck have the combo set up naturally to go for game at any given point, or does it need help? The defense of the deck is, can the deck play enough non-engine to keep itself alive? Does the deck naturally have an engine that is defensive? Anything of that nature. Recovery is, what if you get board wiped? What if you get shifted? What if you get charmed? Things like that. Can your deck recover in those situations? Because it's very prevalent right now. Can Nibiru flat out destroy your deck? Things of that nature. What does D-barrier do to it? It asks all those kind of questions. Skill expression is something that I'm very fond of. Could I pick this deck up, learn combos today, and be self-sufficient enough to just pick it up and play it at a regional tomorrow? Does it take a week of testing? Does it take 2 days of testing, 2 or 3 days of testing? Is it something that after 2 months I'm going to find nuances to it? Like, where is the skill in that deck? And then overall is, I'm going to combine all those things and give it an overall 1 to 5 grading. Reason I'm doing this is because I have a lot of paper TCG deck cores, and me as a content creator, I do that to be able to showcase it on the channel. However, I only play locals maybe once or twice a month, and I want to give the average Yu-Gi-Oh player something of a kind of like, not like a necessarily like do these things, but maybe a guidance system for guys or girls that are in my predicament, where there may be tournaments in your city probably 5-7 days a week, but you can only go once or twice a month. So if you're going to base it off of that, how do you determine what to play? Do you just pick that Sword Soul deck and play that for 5-6 years? Because I played it for 4. And I'm not saying that I no longer play Sword Soul. I definitely have it fully built, paper, online, things like that. But if you want to grow in a game, I feel like playing different decks is kind of part of it. And yeah, you can be a one-trick pony for so long, but you eventually get to a point where it's like, alright, maybe this other mechanic's kind of cool, maybe these cards are pretty cool, you know, something sticks out to you. And so I'm predicating this towards people in my shoes. And I just want to give you guys all my dealings and how I cope with it and what I do. Because I don't have the luxury of being able to just go out and play on a flip of a hat. I got a plan for it. I usually plan to go to a locals like 10 to 12 days ahead of time. And I'm spending that 10 to 12 days of time just, okay, what am I taking? Like, I'm gonna record it for the YouTube channel. I better show up. I better bring my A game, you know, even if it's only 8 players, I better do at least top 4, you know, or if I'm at a 20-30 man random pop-up tournament, I better show out because that's a big tourney for me. And so I'm speaking to a lot of the players that don't get the chance to play, the dads, the full-time college student and part-time worker or full-time worker. Like, there's just not enough hours in the day. And so these are looked at as like Super Bowls for us, you know? So I really want to just dive into a deck that way. And I'm going to take a week with each deck to see if, like, by the end of the week, okay, my comfort level on the end of day 1, I felt like a 2 out of 5. By the end of the week, I felt very strongly, like, skill-wise, 5 out of 5, I could go with it to a tourney tomorrow and do just fine. So let me know if you guys are on board with this. The series is going to be pretty fun. And we're going to kick off things on November 1st. I'm going to make a decision today. Today's the 29th on what the deck is going to be. I'll usually probably let you guys know at the end of the week. So the plan is that the first day of the video, so the 1st, 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, you will see me say, hey, welcome to day 1 of the video. Here's the deck profile. Here's what I rate it. And then I'll probably do like 2 or 3 games that day on that video. And then throughout the week, every day I plan to post a video of probably like a half hour, 45, maybe an hour of just me playing matches. And you guys can see me learning the deck and growing with it. And then by the end of that week, on the 13th, and then on the 20th, and then on the 27th, and then on the whatever date after that, you'll see me give my final gradings and just say, all right, here's where I finished at the end of the 7 days, and here's how I feel about it, and here's my final grades for it. And then I'll tell you, like, is this a deck that I would build in paper and feel comfortable going forward with the format, even if the format changes via a ban list or a new set? Would I just make adjustments and be kind? So I'll make a decision tonight on what my first deck will be, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm not going to look at like meta too much. I'm not going to lie, one of them will be Snake Eye as Amina Fire King, because it is near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I've wanted to play ever since Snake Eye got banned or hit on the list and got kind of power crept a little bit. Not necessarily power crept, but it got ran down a little bit, and it's more reliant on other aspects rather than just itself. I am interested in playing that deck. And I mean, call it biased or whatever, but I went to a tourney last night, I played Tempai, I finished top 4, but lo and behold, 3 of my 4 matches were against Snake Eye Fire King, and it just was like so fun. Even though I lost to it one time, it was fun watching him pop off, and it was just a fun deck to learn the ins and outs of. So we'll kind of get into that, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll think about decks like Voiceless, we'll think about decks like Ice Barrier, I'll think about decks like, I don't know, Kashtira Fire King or something of that nature. You know, we'll put stuff together, and I'll ask people on my YouTube channel in the community. I'll say things like, hey guys, what do you guys think about these ideas for next week? And hear your thoughts and what you guys are thinking and what I'm thinking, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'll pick a deck tonight. You guys will obviously know episode 1 of, we're going to call this series Exploring the Format. And again, this is me reaching out to those players that are in my similar shoes, where you can't play every week, you can't play every day, you can't solidly play twice in a 10-day period. You gotta like plan out a week or 2 ahead of time, and you get to go to that 1 tournament a month or 2 tournaments a month, and you just gotta kind of navigate your way through Yu-Gi-Oh that way. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy this series going forward. I hope it stays around for a while, because I've been looking for a series to stick around and not just die off. But yeah, your support is what matters here, so please like, comment, subscribe on these videos, and be kind, be respectful. Let's get to the first episode, huh? Peace. Hey guys, True Knight here. So, let's conclude our first week of exploring the meta, beginning with this in November. 1st through 7th, right? And this is the last video of the first week with the deck Voiceless Voice. What are my thoughts? My thoughts of the deck are very strong starting out. I obviously was having a good time. I think my first matches video, I went undefeated in 4 matches in a row. Felt fairly strong. This deck does, though, however, I don't think it's as strong defensively as I thought it was, and recovery I don't think is as high as I thought it was. So you'll have to kind of go back and watch the very first deck profile and see what my ratings were 1 to 5 to compare it to what I'm going to give it here today. What I changed around from the build initially is I took Old Man out, which was an extension that I didn't realize how much I liked having in the deck. I took the Evenlies out for Nibiru, and to be honest, they kind of went hand in hand. Both felt just as useless as the other. And the Bestials weren't as potent or as strong as I thought they would be, theoretically. The engine's good, everything like that. You still die off to a hand trap pretty easily. And I don't know if you guys watched my matches throughout the week, you'd notice that, like, I always drew just 1 hand trap or something like that and a lot of engine. And I never really found myself, like, finding that balance of 2 engine, 3 hand traps, or 3 engine, 2 hand traps. It was always like 1 and 4. Either 4 non-engine and 1 engine, or 4 engine, 1 non-engine. And it, like, you always feel handicapped at that point. The deck, I also ran into, like, hand trap city. Multiple shifters, multiple things like that, which kind of bums me out because if you don't play shifter, playing against shifter really sucks. And if your deck kind of sucks under shifter and you're just living on a prayer at that point, you literally just, I don't know. I lost a handful of matches just because I'd get shifted right away. So my overall thoughts. For attack, I give this a 2 out of 5. Reason being is if you take Old Man out, I noticed that, like, OTKing is not really an option. The Bestials are not as strong as I thought they would be as an attack force, and 1 Skull Guardian can't get the job alone. You need support. Defense, I'd give it a 2 out of 5 because yes, you have 15 non-engine spots, but at the same time, how prevalent is it in the meta right now? Because a lot of people are playing Fire King Snake Eye, right? Recovery, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it a 3 is because Nadir Servant can really help you get going if you're falling behind. I did, and you'll see me get visibly frustrated in one of my matches videos because I would have Nadir in hand and I'd draw Maximus for sure. And it would piss me off. Like, that is one of the biggest things that pisses me off more than anything. For skill expression, it takes a really good pilot. I have a buddy of mine, Ben Smallman in Colorado, who plays it. He's won several tournaments lately with this deck. Not this exact build, but with this deck. He's an amazing pilot at this deck. And kudos to him because it keeps me wanting to keep going with it because I love this deck. This deck is super fun. It reminds me a lot of Sword Soul, where once you get really good with it, you feel like you know all of your game states, you know the situation, you know where you're at all times. Like, if to this day, if I picked up Sword Soul, no matter what's going on in the game, I'm knowing where I'm at, I'm comfortable, I'm never finding myself going, dang, should I do this? Or should I do that? I'd always know, okay, this is what I'm going to do to react to that. This is what could take care of that if I can get there. Like, with this deck, I feel that similar kind of way, and some people will call it a, what do you call, comfort pick. However, I feel it's more of a, you just play something over and over and over until you know what you got and you feel strong with it. So skill expression wise, I say this is a 4 out of 5. It takes a really good pilot. And then finally overall, so we've given it a 2, 2, 3, 4. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5 deck. Solid contender for tier 1. It would be heavily known as tier 2, maybe rogue. However, it has a very strong matchup into the Charmies. It can play theoretically both Charmies in it. I was trying to make do with Droll just to see how Droll would do this week, and as you guys saw, I had it in my hands multiple times throughout the week, and I only dropped it like 3 times, I think, this whole week. So, and most of the time I didn't even use it. So, probably not going to be featuring Droll the rest of the month, just because it's not as strong as I thought it would be. But it's been a fun first week of this. I did make a decision, and I will show you now. So, Voiceless Voice overall, my favorite deck right now. I'm really excited for Ryu King to come out in crossover. I don't know how it's going to mix with Nadir Servant and the game. I don't even know what the build's going to look like. Does it even play Nadir Servant at that point? Or do you make a choice between Ryu and Nadir, or can you play both? I don't know. I'm going to leave up to the Ben and the Gurus to decide, and then I'll kind of take their knowledge with it and intertwine it with my own. So, that being said, I did make a decision for a deck for next week, and a lot of y'all will be happy and a lot of y'all will not really care, but I'm going with Tenpai. So, week 2 of exploring the meta, we're rolling into Tenpai. And we'll kind of go from there. As you can see, I got some saucy stuff to go first with that we're going to try out going out the gate, and we'll kind of take it from there. But anyway, guys, that'll be it from me. Please be kind, be respectful. It's been a great first week exploring the meta. Can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Peace.